Hello, welcome to another video where today we're going to be looking at hickory nuts again, although not the ones that I took inside and cured. Promise I'll get to those eventually, the holidays have just been a little hectic. These are hickory nuts that I found strewn across the forest floor in the winter. It's about mid-January right now, and these have had plenty of time to cure from the time that they've fallen. It is, of course, ideal to find them when they're dropping and then cure them inside, but in the case of a survival situation, that's not exactly an option. Given that it's mid-January right now and food is relatively scarce, aside from some field garlic and garlic mustard, being able to find other food sources, especially ones that contain fats, is highly beneficial. So I was able to scrounge up 8 of these, and we're going to crack these open and see what's inside. I didn't do a float test, as that would be a bad idea in the winter, getting your hands wet and all. But I did visually inspect these and make sure that there was no obvious defects such as holes. A few things to get out of the way first. Apologies if there's any wind noise or construction noise. I really can't do anything about that right now. And also, as we're cracking these open, and they were sitting on the forest floor for a reasonable amount of time, there might be some gross things inside, so be warned. So let's get to it. I'm probably not going to crack all of them on camera, but here's the first one. Yep, that's a dud. It's basically just dirt inside. So I have found these to be good previously, even upwards into the spring. So hopefully at least one of these is like that. Yep, that's a good one. This is actually a really nice one. I hope some of the ones that I've cured are as good as this. This is about all I was able to pry out of it. The meat is, in general, very difficult to pry out of shagbark hickory nuts, but in the case of ones that have this much, it's reasonably worth it. Although, just for the sake of time, I don't think I'm going to fully shell all the rest of them. It is winter after all, and it's 3:45, it'll get dark pretty soon. So we're halfway through, 4 out of 8, and 3 of them have been duds. But notably, these 2 are slightly different than the first one. These haven't rotted, these are just underdeveloped. You'll see that a lot. Well, I really shouldn't have said anything, because these didn't really give me the opportunity to pry any more meat out of some good ones, because I only got the 1. Now, 1 out of 8 may seem pretty bad, but when you consider how calorie dense these things are, as well as being probably the only source of plant-based oils and fats out here in the winter, that's actually pretty good. If you were able to get even one of these and add it to a soup that you were making out of field garlic and garlic mustard, that would account for 1, quite a bit of decent flavor, and 2, a decent amount of macronutrients and vitamins that you wouldn't be getting otherwise. And when you consider that most of the actual time and effort was spent on the one that actually had meat in it, all the others were sort of just, crack them, check that there's nothing, and then toss them and move on to the next one, it's actually not that bad. But before I give my verdict, let's give one of these a taste. Needs roasting to bring the flavors out, but at the tail end you do get like pecan and sort of a like a caramel sweetness to it. I love these so much. Definitely cooked would be better though. It hits you at the end with this just delicious flavor. That would definitely be a morale boost in a survival situation. I realized something. You know that smell you get when you walk into a coffee shop? This tastes like that. So my verdict in a survival situation is that if you can find some of these, it's probably worth a try to crack them open. Anyway, I do hope you've learned something, enjoyed, and as always, I wish you the best. Till next time.